Hello friends, I am Kamleshwaran Gopinath. I am 2021 batch IPS. Today I have come up with this presentation, or I would say this video, where I will be talking about geography, and in that I will be talking about certain areas or syllabus portion which you should read, you should prepare thoroughly, because every year or alternate year you will find questions in your examination based on these topics. So this is not only about geography, this is equally true for other subjects like history, modern history, ancient medieval portion, art and culture, or polity, economy, etc. So here I will be explaining you about these topics or these areas which can be asked in this year prelims question paper as well. So because of lack of time, I'm not able to make very nice and good looking presentation, but I have made this rough presentation so that I can make use of my available time to help you to clear prelims examination. But remember, this kind of approach you can utilize in other subjects as well. So let us start. So first is river system. Why this is important? You will see at least one question on rivers in every year's prelims GS paper. So they can ask you about rivers, their left bank tributaries or right bank tributaries, or you should have bare idea about rivers and in which states they lie. Prepare main river systems thoroughly: Indus, Brahmaputra, Ganges, or Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, etc. So peninsular rivers and Himalaya river systems, you should be reading about their origin, the states in which they lie, left bank tributary, right bank tributary, etc. And you should have bare idea about the position of the river on the maps. So based on that, you can solve any questions which is based upon rivers, and try to cover important chapters which are there in NCRTs and which are on the rivers, and try to look at all the maps which are given in the NCRT's book. So you will certainly get one question, at least one question. I'm saying you would find 2-3 questions also. Then second is India's political map. So every year you would get these kind of questions which is based upon India's political map. So you need to know about alignment, and after the formation of new union territories, new map is very important. So you look at India's map, how it is aligned, how the different states are aligned, which state touches which other states. So you look at the boundaries of this state, even study and understand locations of different cities and the capital cities of different states. Also study about islands, so Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep islands. So you would certainly get questions based upon these topics. Also study the Indian Standard Time, through which state it passes. Tropic of Cancer passes through which states, cities are located near the Tropic of Cancer. So based on this, any questions can be formed, and the questions have been formed earlier. Even they have formed the question: if you travel from one city to another city, then how many states you would cross. So these questions are directly, indirectly related with India's political map. So read India's political map, have political map printed, you paste it near your desk or your table, and you revise it regularly. You look at the maps and the important cities, so that will certainly help you. And this is true with world's political map. Study nicely India's neighborhood, the countries which are in African continent, Middle East, even Southeast Asian countries, and have a look at the cities and the countries which are frequently in the news. So now Gaza and Israel issue is going on. So you have a look at the countries and their borders in Middle East, even whether these countries touch any ocean bodies, you look at those. Is there any physical features in that particular region? So have complete uh, view of the countries and their borders and any other related cities and the countries which are there in the news. So it will really help you. And don't forget to revise more and analyze more the world's political map, especially in our neighborhood. So the neighboring countries and Indian Ocean region and Southeast Asian countries, Middle East countries, Central Asian countries, and African countries. Now, second is India's physical map. Why I say India's physical map? Because there are consistent questions asked on physical features. So it can be any mountain range, it can be lake or desert area. So there have been questions on plateaus, hills. So if let's say if you talk about North India, then how the Garo Khasi Jaitia hills are arranged, Miri, Abor, Mishmi, these kind of hills are also there. In South India, you will find Nilgiri Plateau is there, various passes are there, and you would also find the vertical and horizontal alignment of the hill ranges. So these are very important. So there is one famous map. If you see in market sources or anywhere, I think it is also mentioned in NCRTs, but not whole map I was able to find. But you would certainly find India's physical map. So you can get from any source available. But that map you should read, which is India's physical map, and that will really help you to study India's physical features. And this is very important. Second, similarly with world physical map, we know that questions on lakes, questions on mountain ranges, desert areas, even the Great Lakes, etc. So these kind of features, even the straits are there. The question and ocean current. So these questions have been consistently asked on the world's physical map. Rivers, you should read world's physical map nicely. And what you can do is you can read each continent separately. You study North India, North America, South America, Australia, right, Asian continent, African, European, etc. So you study physical features and the political map of world continent wise, and that will help you. So there are maps available everywhere. There are a lot of online resources where you will find the physical map of world continent wise, and you can study them. So that is again very important. Questions are repeatedly asked on those. Then when you study forest or vegetation pattern, then in that there are different types of forest. So evergreen, semi evergreen, right? And there are other types of forest. So what you need to do is you compile the tree species which are mentioned in NCRTs in each type of forest, and you frame or you create one mnemonics so that you can remember all the tree species. Believe me, there are continuously questions being asked on tree species and particular forest. Then again, soil characteristics. So black soil or red soil, there are a lot of important aspects with respect to soil. So which soil is deficient in what, and which soil is surplus in what, how particular soil is formed. So various aspects about soil formation and soil characteristics and soil compositions are there. So you study about that. There are many questions asked on soils also. Now, global climatic patterns. So you would find mentioning about a tropical rainforest in NCRTs also. But I would suggest for this particular topic, you can refer Jesse Leong book. In second portion of that book, you would find different around more than 10 global climatic patterns, steppes or continental or China type, Gulf type, or you would find savanna type. So there are a lot of type of climatic patterns or vegetations. You read those chapters, you try to make notes on each pattern, one page note on each pattern, and you try to write about the characteristics of the tree species, what is the activities which are carried out, how the climate is there in that particular zone, which countries actually fall in these type of climatic patterns, etc. And there are many questions asked on these global climatic patterns. Then plate tectonics. So basics about plate tectonics, different theories of plate tectonics. how this movement of plate takes place, how many plates are there, again earth's interior and how the different layers of earth formation, core and then outer core, inner core, how the mantle is formed, lithosphere, etc. So these features you need to study. Then again, how waves travel, s waves, p waves, their characteristics. So regarding this there are many questions, so you try to cover these areas very nicely. Then atmosphere, especially radiation and insolation, again the different layers of the atmosphere, mesosphere, the ozone layer, how the actually temperature inversion. So all these aspects which are there in atmosphere, and you can cover it from 11th physical book, I would say. But you should have basic understanding about atmospheric composition, and there are questions asked on this. Then ocean currents, so where cold currents are there, where warm ocean currents are there, and how on the western side cold currents are there, on the eastern side warm currents are there. So various stuff regarding ocean currents, and even the names of different ocean currents. So this topic is very important again, and you read this topic very nicely. It's again in 11th physical NCERT. So there are questions asked on that. Now here I have mentioned about dams, lakes, ports, glaciers, mangrove, wetlands, corals, passes, peaks, etc. And you need to study this with the help of maps, because time and again there are many questions asked on these different aspects. So likewise you would find many other points as well. So you try to prepare. There could be reservoir, so water reservoir, so you can study water reservoir and where those are located on maps. You study about different dams, where the natural lakes and artificial lakes, etc. There are different ports, right? Chennai port is there, then Paradip port is there, uh, Navasheva port is there, Kochi port. So these different ports, what are their types, whether they are artificial or natural, or it is an inland port, etc. And you study those ports, because there are questions based on these ports, whether the characteristics of that particular port, or whether that port lies in this state or that state. So likewise you prepare on each and every topic: mangroves, wetlands, corals. So there are questions, and you study these types, these topics map wise. Then important crop properties, so sugarcane, jowar, right, wheat, maize. So you need to know their properties, especially temperature, soil conditions, humidity or rainfall. Basic stuff you should know about important crops. And last but not the least, the concept regarding rotation, revolution of earth, how different seasons are formed, what is the motion of earth in solar system, and other similar aspect. So time and again the questions are formed on these core topics of geography. There are other topics, time and again I will also try to tell you about those topics, but have view about the preparation of geography as a subject for your prelims examination. And believe me, you can certainly uh, get more marks in your paper, because of the focus of certain areas or certain topics from your syllabus which are frequently asked in your examination. So I hope this will help you. Try to have similar approach to other subjects. I wish you all the best.